A winged nightmare wreathed in darkness and bearing terrible power, Be'lakor leads his armies across the mortal realms. Entering Ghyran, the Daemon Prince and his regiments of the slaves to darkness have entrenched themselves deep in the forest of the Jade Kingdoms. But they are not the only creatures who lurk in the shadows of the woods. Whispers have reached Alarielle, the goddess of life, about the invading demons, and she rallies the vengeful forest spirits of the woods. Great ancient treelords and strong Kurnoth hunters have assembled as the Sylvaneth break from the shadows and prepare to confront their foe. With toughened bark crushing against hardened steel, the merciless nature of both these forces foretells a desperate and lengthy conflict.
Hello and welcome to Season of War! Tonight we have another exciting game of Age of Sigmar. A couple different armies that we haven't had on the channel for a bit actually. And the first time these two armies have faced off, so that's also exciting. Actually worth mentioning, this was a matchup voted before and chosen by our premium members. Obviously they get to vote on every matchup we play on the channel, choosing the opponents. And also, if you haven't heard, our premium members get access to an additional battle report every week.
Yep.
So 4 a month, well, depending on how many weeks there are.
Yep.
How many Thursdays there are. If you want to check out the premium membership, you can hit the join button below the video to learn a little bit more. It's the best way to support the channel if you want to help, in addition to the like, share, subscribe. All that stuff means a ton as well.
Yep.
But then if you join, you get instant access to our backlog of videos as well, which is dozens and dozens of past premium videos.
More than 20 or so now.
Yeah, and there are some real bangers in there, so
Yeah.
definitely check it out if you want some more content and good old AOS action. But jumping into today's match, Ridge, you want to take us through the mission?
Yeah, so we're playing Apex Predators,
Yes.
one that people don't love because it is the hero scoring one. We've just chatted about it on our chat about tournaments and stuff, because as everyone knows, we play a lot of competitive, a lot of tournaments and things. I actually haven't played it yet, so it's weird. Like, I've played so many games of AOS 3 and I haven't played it. I obviously know it's very similar to what the old hero scoring ones are.
Yes.
So it's, the first hero that lands there takes control of the point, and it doesn't get taken unless you kill that hero with another hero, or he dies and then you contest with a movement. So notable that it is a move, like a move.
Yeah.
So you can't do other types.
If you're there but you didn't move onto it when he died, whatever, it can be tricky to take.
You need to at least do like some type of movement. Cool. And then that's essentially it. Like, out of the way, is there anything else to the mission?
No, not much. Hold one, hold two, hold more.
And grand
normal
strategies.
Scoring. Yeah, and then there is the turn 3 burning one, which can be really big.
Yeah, especially because you often see people, you're going to either side, and then, if you lose priority, if you win, usually you can give it away and then burn.
Yeah, exactly.
So mobility can be up to. We both got, and it's nice because we both have some type of, like, 3 good hero, 3 heroes each at least.
Yeah, and a couple big tanky ones, so it'll be an interesting match here, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then I guess just jumping right into lists tonight, I'm playing Sylvaneth, obviously. I'm playing Gnarl Root as my sub-faction, so it's probably the most competitive one these days. It gives me a 3d6 cast, which is on my Treelord Ancient, who's also my general, with my trait from the sub-faction.
Yep.
And then gives me reroll 1s to hit near my wizards, which is awesome, just across the board in that aura. But in the list itself, I have Alarielle, obviously the god, as my big hero here. So hopefully she can do some work and hold an objective all game.
Yeah.
I have Treelord Ancient, who's got an awesome command ability for +1 to save. And it's perpetuated from the Kurnoth hunters as well.
He's super tanky already. Yeah,
exactly. And then I have a Branch Wraith, who's just going to try and cast a couple spells. She's got the Spirit Song Stave for an extra cast.
Yeah.
Hopefully summoning some Dryads throughout the game. And then pretty minimal otherwise. 2 units of 5 Tree Revenants, 2 units of 5 Spite Revenants, and then finishing off a unit of big Kurnoth Hunters with size, big unit of 6.
Yep.
Otherwise, that's most of the stuff. I do have 2 endless spells, one being Spell Portal, awesome with Alarielle's Mortal Wound spell, and then the Spite Swarm Hive. Both defensively and offensively, it's a great spell. So
I feel like you always see the Spite Swarm Hive. That's like a very common one.
It's a staple, for sure. But that's pretty much it for me. Quick run through.
Yeah, so I'm running, this was voted by the premiums. I love all the Slaves of Darkness, to be honest. Like Ravagers, Despoilers, Kabbalists or Kabbalists, whatever you want to pronounce it. They're all good. Knights of the Empty Throne, you know, there's a kind of a case for all of them. Despoilers is super cool because it's the Daemon Prince one.
Yes.
So we have Be'lakor as well, which he is a Daemon Prince. So I'm running Despoilers. So the General actually is Be'lakor as well because that gives him a 5-up ward. So whatever Daemon Prince you pick gives a 5-up ward. So he has the 4-up Ethereal as well. So he's no way to pass off wounds like in First Prince or anything. So it's making him a little more tanky.
That's huge.
Yeah, and then I have 2 other Daemon Princes. The Daemon Prince of Khorne, which, as we know, for the half charge. And he has the artifact that lessens rend by 1. And then I have the Tzeentch Daemon Prince, which I actually just painted up my old Be'lakor because we already had one, the bigger one. So painted in some Tzeentchy colors. And he is there essentially because he gives the reroll 1s to save. So very good with the Chaos Warriors. And then he has his command, or he gives the +1 to cast for his CP. And then the other hero is the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, which I have an old converted Tzeentch wizard from like fantasy.
Retro model.
Yeah, super cool. I love they brought in those types of things. And then for Battle Line, I have a unit of 20 Chaos Warriors, 30 Marauders, and 5 Marauder Horsemen. The Chaos Shrine, because it's just unbelievably awesome. It has Curse on it. And then just, I had some points extra, and I just took an Exalted Flamer. Because I just was, I don't know, I was going to take a Chaos Lord or some other things.
There's a little chip damage.
Yeah. So if I do some damage here or there, he can finish stuff off. And he's, so it's a pretty cool little unit. And then I was Battle Regiment and Warlord, so I was 5-drop, and I think you were...
I was Warlord and then Hunters of the Heartland, so 8 drops here today. So with all that said, you did outdrop me.
As I was deploying, I'm like staying out of 30 with certain things in case I want to go first. And Jordan did a pretty good job at kind of staying back. So
limiting what you can do on an alpha, right?
Yeah. See, so I can still definitely get in there and do a bunch of damage, get on the points, do all that. I'm just so scared of Alarielle just pegging off my Chaos Sorcerer Lord. 3s and 2s, -2, 6 damage, or -3, whatever. Even with Lookout Sir, so I'm gonna take first turn, get in the points, get stuff up, and we'll see.
Sounds good. With that, we'll be jumping right into it, going into Slaves to Darkness, turn 1.
Sounds good.
The Slaves to Darkness battle tactic is aggressive expansion. The Khorne Demon Prince uses heroic leadership, which the Treelord Ancient fails. The War Shrine uses the Favor of Chaos on the Marauders. The Tzeentch Demon Prince uses Arcane Influence on the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. The Khorne Demon Prince uses Blood Slick Ground. Be'lakor casts Mystic Shield on the Marauders. Be'lakor fails to cast Arcane Bolt. The Chaos Sorcerer Lord casts Mask of Darkness on the Marauders. The Marauder Horseman deals 1 damage to the Spite Revenants. The Exalted Flamer deals 3 damage to the Spite Revenants. Alarielle uses Unleash Hell and deals 5 damage to the Marauders. The Kurnoth Hunters use All-Out Defense. The Marauders kill the last Spite Revenant and deal 4 damage to the Kurnoth Hunters. The Spite Revenants deal 1 damage to the Marauder Horsemen. The Marauders use all out defense, and the Treelord Ancient deals 3 damage to them. The Kurnoth Hunters deal 11 damage to the Marauders. The Kurnoth Hunters trample the Marauders, dealing 2 mortal wounds. 24 dead Marauders. Probably not what Ridge was hoping for. The Slaves to Darkness hold 2 and more objectives and achieve their battle tactic, scoring 5 points.
All right, cool. So back from Despoilers, turn 1. Successfully juiced those Marauders up. And unbelievable with the undivided keyword. So you can get them reroll hits and wounds from the Shrine, which is in the start of the hero phase. So I was able to see if I got that first to give them reroll hits and wounds, then I wouldn't have to do Demonic Power from the Chaos Sorcerer Lord to give them that. So then I was able to actually use the Tzeentch Daemon Prince actually has a command ability to give +1 to cast. So I ended up actually doing that. It might not be worth the CP in the end, but you know, if I didn't get Mask of Darkness off, then I wouldn't have teleported them. So I did that, rolled the 7 anyways, just actual 7, teleported them with reroll hits and wounds, cast Mystic Shield on them as well, and I wanted to shoot off the screen with the Marauder Horseman and him. Pretty much did. Left 1. Fully charged, rolled 1 of them as a 6, so that's an automatic 13 with a Marauder charge. So I was like, holy man, this is a really good start. And then, you know, after all of the attacks and everything, you're able to, the Kurnoth have +1 to save already. Then you're able to do all the defense, so you can negate the 1 rend.
Right, and I was sitting at a 3-up save.
So at the end, I think it was, how many did I put through again? I can't remember.
25. I rolled well on my saves. Ended up only doing 4 damage.
After all of it.
You should have probably done
I think it was 8
or something. Maybe killed 1.5.
Still, a little bit over average of a save roll, and I didn't kill 1. And I did fail miss Arcane Bolt, so I was thinking that too. I was like, damn, if I would have got that, I could have just, in start of Battle Shock, pegged him. Either way, super awesome, great bunker over here with the 20 Chaos Warriors and the Tzeentch Daemon Prince, and then Be'lakor here. I did do Blood Slick Ground as well, so I rolled the 4 up for the extra CP, used my Warlord. So I used pretty much all my CP, and amazing that he gives, because Be'lakor's the general, he increases that Holy Within 12 to Holy Within 18. So they're actually Battle Shock immune and have the 6-up ward as well. So yeah, lots of things were going on, a lot of synergies with this army. Like Slaves to Darkness is a lot, and I can't believe I remembered and kind of did all that. I played it a couple times, but so at the end of the short story long, at the end of the day, I got my 2 points, took aggressive expansion, and
you are pinning me in with the Marauders. I did obviously take a big chunk of them out, but I mean now I have to think about either killing them in the hero phase or teleporting, but then you zoned most of the stuff out, so it's gonna be hard for me to teleport anywhere useful.
Roll the 10 here as well, which was huge, because then I was able to zone this point actually, because it is within 3 instead of within 6. So instead of going in and rinsing those guys, I decided to screen this objective here. And Be'lakor has the 5-up ward, but again, the Blood Slick Ground is probably gonna come up huge, I'm thinking here.
So, I do have the +3 potentially, which should help balance that out. So we'll just jump into it and see. Again, you store 5 points here, and we'll be jumping into Sylvaneth turn 1.
Sounds good.
The Sylvaneth battle tactic is broken ranks. The Treelord Ancient uses heroic leadership, and the Daemon Prince uses heroic willpower. The Treelord Ancient uses Heed of the Spirit's Song. Alarielle casts Throne of Vines, but is unbound. Alarielle casts Verdant Blessing. The Treelord Ancient fails to cast Spite Swarm Hive. The Branch Wraith fails to cast Mystic Shield. The Branch Wraith casts Rouse to Wrath, but is unbound. Alarielle fails to cast Metamorphosis. Oh my god, everyone's failing. The Treelord Ancient teleports using the Spirit Paths. Both units of Tree Revenants teleport using their Waypipes. Alarielle kills the Exalted Flamer. Alarielle deals 2 mortal wounds to the Marauders on impact. The Treelord Ancient uses Forward to Victory, but fails his charge. Alarielle uses Stomp, dealing 2 mortal wounds to the Marauders. Alarielle uses Ghyran's Wrath. The Spite Revenants deal 4 damage to the Marauder Horsemen. The Marauders deal 1 damage to the Kurnoth Hunters. Alarielle kills the Marauders. The Sylvaneth hold no objective, but complete their battle tactic with a monster scoring 3 points.
All right, Sylvaneth turn 1. Didn't start the greatest.
Jordan can't cast with Sylvaneth.
For whatever reason. It's always, I'm so used to it. I got 1 spell off. You unbound my Arcane Bolt.
Yes.
But out of 6 spells, I only had 1 successfully go off, which was the Wildwood Summon. Didn't get, I went 3d6 with the Spite Swarm Hive. Didn't even get that off.
Yeah, true.
So my Treelord Ancient tried to just make a 9-inch charge. They rolled an 8 and re-rolled it, didn't make it.
Yep.
That was my really best play to get on that objective. I could have put Alarielle over there, but I don't want her, just wanted her in the middle of it.
Well, the extra point from Broken Ranks is big with the monster.
And I didn't really have a way to get the Treelord Ancient in there either.
Yeah.
So, yeah, killed a couple guys with the Spite Revenants, because they can be pretty hitty with their volume of attacks and 3s and 3s.
I didn't think that until we started rolling.
That's when you charge them. I'm like, I honestly expected to kill 2 last turn.
Yeah.
But it rolled pretty poorly on my wounds. Here, I popped Alarielle's command ability for the reroll 1s to wound aura, so I'm rerolling 1s to hit and wound.
Yep.
Which is great because you need it, or I need it with Sylvaneth, with the big horn, or
you rolled it out.
I was rolled 3-4 attacks. I rolled 2 1s that hit, rerolled those.
2 1s.
Yeah. Well, no, that was on the wounds. I rerolled 2 1s to hit, and then I rolled 2 1s to wound, and rerolled those into 1s. So I got to mitigate my Sylvaneth dice rolling ability somehow. I did get 1 through to finish off the Marauders. Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's so good with Gnarl Root. So rerolling 1s to hit, and then she has one for reroll 1s to wound. That's really good.
Like the Spite Revenants, they can do, like we said, a surprising amount, right?
Yeah.
That's why I don't mind. 2 units of them are pretty good because they can surprise. They can deal with another battle line unit.
Yeah, with no rend, it's like same as Skaven. I'm +1 to hit and +1 to save already. So it's like don't even use CP unless there's rend to kind of negate that.
Yep.
But
your Marauders did deal last wound to one of my Kurnoth. I'm not too worried about that just because I can bring them back throughout the game, and it also frees me up for coherency.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I was so happy that he did the 1 wound. I was like, yes.
But that's, pretty much it. Again, got my battle tactic with the monster for the 3rd point, so I'm down 5-3. Not a great place to be.
Yeah.
Especially, being spread out. Sylvaneth, if I don't get the +3 off, I'm, kind of a sitting duck.
Yeah.
Here, I teleported those guys. I didn't get to charge, or even there's no point in trying to charge because of the half charge range.
Yeah.
But it set me up with priority. I can just walk up and then make a charge.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, it's not a bad spot. Alarielle's obviously in the center of it, but she can be hard to take down too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the double hit, it'd be interesting because Be'lakor, being quite tanky with the 5-up ward, that's a lot of damage you got there.
But that's pretty much it. We'll jump into priority.
Yepper.
It's a 6.
It's a 5.
Look at that.
I thought I was good with the 5.
The dice are coming up. So we're going to jump into Sylvaneth, turn 2.
Sounds good.
The Sylvaneth battle tactic is Savage Spearhead. Alarielle uses heroic leadership, and the Daemon Prince uses heroic willpower. The Treelord Ancient uses Heed of the Spirit Song. Alarielle casts Throne of Vines. Alarielle casts Metamorphosis, but is unbound. Alarielle fails to cast Verdurous Harmony. The Branch Wraith casts Rouse to Wrath, but is unbound. The Treelord Ancient casts Spiteswarm Hive. The Branch Wraith fails to cast Mystic Shield. The Spiteswarm Hive gives Vital Venoms to the Treelord Ancient. The Marauder Horsemen use Redeploy, moving 1 inch. Alarielle uses Soul Amphorae to summon 3 Kurnoth hunters with bows. The Daemon Prince uses All-Out Defense. Alarielle deals no damage to him. The Kurnoth hunters deal 4 damage to the War Shrine. Alarielle uses Forward to Victory and completes her charge, dealing 1 mortal wound to Be'lakor on impact. Alarielle uses Titanic Duel, and Be'lakor roars at Alarielle. The Treelord Ancient stomps the Marauder Horseman, dealing 1 mortal wound. Alarielle deals 11 damage to Be'lakor. The Marauder Horsemen deal 1 wound to the Treelord Ancient. The Treelord Ancient kills the Marauder Horseman. Be'lakor deals 2 damage to Alarielle. The Sylvaneth hold 1 objective and complete their battle tactic, scoring 3 points.
All right, Sylvaneth turn 2. Pretty good turn here. I mean, besides, if you ignore the hero phase, the magic casting was pretty atrocious again.
Yeah.
You unbind, 1 or 2 spells, and I failed the other 3 out of 4.
I rolled 1 big one. I think you rolled an 8, and I rolled a 9 on one of them.
Yeah, and the rest for Metamorphosis.
Yeah, which was big unbind.
Yeah. I did get the Throne of Vines off for +2 to cast, but then you unbound all those casts. Yeah, or I failed them.
Failed them, yeah.
So, yeah, nothing really happening magic-wise besides Spiteswarm Hive, which did help the Treelord Ancient get in a little bit. So that's cute. I tried to snipe out your Daemon Prince so that my Kurnoth hunters had a chance at the charge.
Yep.
But you saved it. They're, with all out defense, they're pretty tanky.
He's a 3-up base. Yeah, Daemon Princes are 3-up base, so...
And the difference was lessening Ren by 1.
Yep.
So that hurt. I did summon with Alarielle, bringing in 3 Kurnoth with bows.
Yep.
Again, hoping to kind of chip him down. Also just gives me more of a long-range threat. I don't feel like I needed the 3 sword hunters, so this actually just lets me chip other stuff down.
Makes sense.
I did my battle tactic. I just left those guys back there. I could have maybe brought them up and charged the sorcerer, but I mean, I don't know what he does in combat, and I can't risk them running because it's my battle tactic, so just super safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm holding 1 objective, so I did hold 1.
Yep.
Alarielle actually nearly killed Be'lakor. Again, the ethereal is so swingy, and you failed 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4. So
so 15 damage from the horns.
Which is nice.
Yeah, and obviously you have the 5-up ward in this build, which saved you.
Yeah, I only rolled 4 too, so it was like...
Be'lakor's only got 2 left.
He's got 2.
He's should be getting scared. I did shoot with the Kurnoth at the War Shrine after I didn't hit the Daemon Prince with her Kurnoth spear.
Yep.
So I got 4 wounds on that. So starting to chip down, the shrine as well, which can be fragile at times.
Reduces its aura of the 6-up ward.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's where we're sitting.
Yeah.
Again, Alarielle's a little exposed. She only took 2 damage, but Bellacor's gonna have to book it out of there.
It's pretty much like he's going to retreat now, I imagine, just to keep the point. But I am within curse range, which I think I've only had 1 roll at that in my life. But it's just one of those things. It's like, oh, cool, I can try to do something cool. Let's see if it happens.
Exactly.
But other than that, the 4-ups are so swingy with Be'lakor. It's like it's good against things that have a lot of rend. It's like, okay, awesome, then I don't get your rend. But then you still, it's a 4-up. So.
And we know you're still obviously holding on to your Be'lakor Dark Master ability. You could have used it, but there wasn't really any big pivotal thing that I was doing yet.
No.
So saving it actually is scary.
Yeah, I could have used it turn 1, and then because you doubled, but then it's like you're just not going to get your hero on, and it's not.
Yeah, and it's not like I took the objective.
It could come up huge now if I get turn, and then and then give you the turn or blah blah whatever.
That's pretty much it though.
Yep.
So. I score 3 points because I do get my battle tactic, so I'm ahead 1 right now, but going into your turn at the bottom of the round.
Yeah.
So with that, jumping into it, Slaves of Darkness, turn 2.
Let's go.
The Slaves to Darkness battle tactic is Ferocious Advance. Be'lakor uses Heroic Recovery, healing 2 wounds, and Alarielle fails Heroic Recovery. The Branch Wraith dispels the Spitesworm Hive. The War Shrine uses Favor of Tzeentch on the Khorne Daemon Prince. The Khorne Daemon Prince uses Bloodslick Ground. Be'lakor casts Enfeebling Foe, but is unbound. Be'lakor casts Mystic Shield on the War Shrine. The Sorcerer Lord fails to cast Mask of Darkness. The Spite Revenants use Redeploy, moving 6 inches. Wow, that's a sneaky play. The Sorcerer Lord uses At the Double. Alarielle uses Unleash Hell and deals 5 damage to the Tzeentch Daemon Prince. The Tzeentch Daemon Prince deals 4 damage to the Spite Revenants. The last Spite Revenants deals no damage, then flees from Battle Shock. Be'lakor heals 2 wounds from Lord of Torment. The Slaves to Darkness hold 2 and more objectives and achieve their battle tactics, scoring 5 points.
All right, cool. Back to Slaves to Darkness, turn 2.
Yep.
Very interesting turn.
No combat. I mean, there was combat, a little combat.
Yeah. So going in, I had a plan in my brain that I wanted to do, and it's just kind of an order of an operations thing that I made a mistake thinking, or just because of redeploy.
Yeah.
So I knew I wanted to retreat Be'lakor, and I wasn't thinking about like what's going to happen. So when I retreated him out, you would have redeployed.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, okay, you're going to move the Kurnoth closer, like that, whatever. Like that's not going to be a big deal. So I decided to just move in the Chaos Warriors first, in case I get the double. Then I can actually flood this point, or like make sure that I can keep him safe behind a bunch of Chaos Warriors, that type of thing.
Yep.
So when I did that, you cheekily redeployed, rolled a 6.
With the, well, I only needed like
Probably
a
a 3 or a 4.
Yeah.
And it,
with the spite revenants. So.
Yes, and you got just over the half point of here, which mean that I couldn't redeploy Bellicor and stay on the point within 3. Yeah. So very dumb move, just a little brain fart. You do it.
Not even a brain fart. I wouldn't like. It's just such a like between the mission, the situation. You weren't thinking about the redeploy on them.
Yep.
Like,
just like an interaction that like it's very easy to do that. So always like have that in the back of your head. So when you do something, you know that your opponent can redeploy and move block you or block you so that you're not going to be able to get on there. So that's when the gear started to have to start turning. So when Jordan did that, I still was able to, because it's hole 1, hole 2, hole more now, and it's not if you stay on the point, I was able to move in the Tzeentch Demon Prince from over here, charge onto the spites, stay outside of 3 of both of them, take that point back with the next hero that was on, and then I was able to run my Khorne Demon Prince and then hold that one as well. So I'm still going to get that.
But because your battle tactic was Ferocious Advance,
yes,
you also had to run your Shrine and auto-run your little hero over there.
Yes.
So you auto-ran 6 with that. You need for the Shrine, you needed a 3+.
Yes.
Or else you would have failed your battle tactic.
I would have. You're right. Yeah. So I did the math between the two.
Yeah.
It was much better to risk it on him because the Sorcerer Lord moves like what 5. So yeah, it was once it happened, I was super happy to see the 4. So I was like, okay, got that.
Yeah.
So
could have been big.
A big shift of stuff, and I'm still going to get 5 at the end of the day. And now it's going to be interesting because it's turn 3. I still have my Bellicor. It's like there's going to be a bit of thinking when we see what happens with priority. So yeah, I'm going to get my 5. You did a crazy good Unleash Hell on
with Alarielle, she's 2s and 2s, still re-rolling 1s. It becomes 3s and 2s.
Yeah.
But anything but a 2 and I'm hitting.
And even though I would have had, or lookouts are, you can only be -1. So you would have had, it was 3s. So,
and that flat 6 damage.
Yeah, 6 damage, and I rolled 1 5 up because he has the amulet.
Yeah, surviving.
Yeah, so that's going to be it. So we're going to go to priority and see what's going to happen here. I got a cock.
All right, I rolled a 4.
Oh, I love when there's a cock because then I know what you have. Oh, the 3!
Well, it may surprise you to hear that I'm going to give you the priority and burn this objective.
Yes, that makes lots of sense.
So, you gotta come to me now.
Yes.
Alarielle's sitting there, but yeah, we'll see what you want to do.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll go into Slaves to Darkness, turn 3.
Let's go.
The Slaves to Darkness battle tactic is broken ranks. Bellicor and Alarielle both use their finest hour. The War Shrine uses the Favor of Tzeentch on the Chaos Warriors. Bellicor casts Mystic Shield but is unbound. Bellicor fails to cast Enfeebling Foe. The Sorcerer Lord casts a Demonic Power on the Chaos Warriors. Bellicor stomps, dealing 2 mortal wounds to the Tree Revenants. The Chaos Warriors deal 5 damage to the Kurnoth Hunters. The Kurnoth Hunters use all-out attack and deal 6 damage to the Chaos Warriors. Bellicor uses all-out attack and kills the Tree Revenants. The Kurnoth Hunters deal 2 mortal wounds to the Chaos Warriors from Trample Underfoot. The Slaves to Darkness hold 1 objective and achieve their battle tactic with a monster, scoring 4 points.
Okay, cool. So back from, not Legion of the First Prince, this is Slaves to Darkness. Despoilers, turn 3. So yeah, Jordan burned the back one, super smart play. Like, not the most mobile, so now I'm obviously going to be going for battle tactics in the middle point. So I pretty much have Broken Ranks, Savage Spearhead. It's going to be hard to bring down a monster. You did best day ever on
precautionary.
Her as to keep her alive for sure. So yeah, the plan, the Chaos Warriors are super tanky, so I just wanted to get in there, kind of hold the Kurnoth up and keep my little heroes that are scoring alive. Yep. So I'm just swapping in and out the Demon Princes to hold the point, essentially. So brought the Khorne Demon Prince in, and I'm going to score 1, and then Be'lakor got the Broken Ranks, which...
So bonus point for that?
Yeah, with the monster, and he's often... Or I failed that with him before, on like a 1 Balloon Boy or something ridiculous. So I did do best day ever with him as well.
Just to ensure.
Yeah, and then I think I did it all on attack too. I'm just like, I can't fail this battle tactic. Ridge has learned to not risk that. So yeah, so I'm going to score, I guess, 4 then. So
hold 1.
Hold 1.
Yep, and then battle tactic
with a monster, yeah. So I'll score 4, which is still a good score for where we're kind of at here.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Funneled in the Chaos Warriors, like you said, to kind of hold me up a little bit.
I got the, notable, I got the Shrine buff on them, so that gives them +1 save. Like, the Shrine is just crazy good if you can roll 3 up. Like, +1 save and then spell negate because they're Tzeentch. They reroll 1s to save because they're wholly within 12 of this. They were +1 save because they have over 10. I did get a Mystic Shield on a 10, but Jordan rolled an 11.
Yeah.
So they could have been +3 save. Like, just wild the amount of stacking you can do with Slaves to Darkness.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, that's where we sit now. Obviously, I already have 1 objective. Let's see if I can take another. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Jumping into Sylvaneth, turn 3.
All right.
The Sylvaneth battle tactic is Monstrous Takeover. The Treelord Ancient uses Heroic Leadership, and the Khorne Demon Prince uses their Finest Hour. Be'lakor uses the Dark Master on Alarielle, and is successful in the hero phase. The Treelord Ancient uses Heed of the Spirit Song. The Treelord Ancient casts Spiteswarm Hive. The Branch Wraith casts Throne of Vines. The Branch Wraith casts Rouse to Wrath. The Spiteswarm Hive uses Shielding Swarm. Alarielle is unable to move because of the Dark Master. The Dark Master fails in the shooting phase, and Alarielle deals 5 damage to the War Shrine. The Kurnoth Hunters deal 3 wounds to the War Shrine. The Dark Master also fails in the charge phase, and Alarielle kills the War Shrine and deals 6 mortal wounds on impact. Wow, that's bad luck. Alarielle uses Stomp, dealing 2 mortal wounds to the Khorne Demon Prince. The Dark Master is not successful on Alarielle in the combat phase. Be'lakor, you had 1 job. Alarielle uses Olive Defense, and the Khorne Demon Prince deals no damage. The Kurnoth Hunters use All-Out Attack and the Inspired Triumph, dealing 7 damage to the Chaos Warriors. The Chaos Warriors deal 4 damage to the Kurnoth Hunters. The Khorne Demon Prince uses All-Out Defense, and Alarielle deals no damage. Wait, no damage? The Demon Prince survives! The Kurnoth hunters deal no damage, but use trample underfoot and finish off the Demon Prince. Yeah, never mind, I guess. The Sylvaneth hold one objective and achieve their battle tactic, scoring 3 points.
All right, so Sylvaneth turn 3, we're fighting here, making a game of it, keeping it interesting. I killed your shrine with shooting. Well, the big story.
Yep.
You Bellacored Alarielle.
Yep.
Spoiler alert, she was able to do some stuff, not in the hero phase, not in movement, but in shooting, charging, and combat, she got to play the game.
Really wish I rolled the 3-ups for those ones.
Any of them, right?
Yeah.
Well, especially the charging or combat,
Yes.
because either one of those stops what happens.
It's Immortals, man. That on the charge.
And you know what? The combat wouldn't have mattered.
No, because I had +2 save.
Because I did no damage with Alarielle. But it did matter because I piled away from the center of the objective, freeing up room for the Kurnoth hunters to pile in within one.
Just absolutely crazy.
And so Alarielle did no damage, so it didn't take the objective with her. But with the trample underfoot, the Kurnoth hunters rolled 2 4-ups.
Yeah, it was tight too, like when you're in here. And
but that's pre-measure it. Yep.
Huge play that a lot of Sylvaneth players, you don't, I don't know. I feel like not a lot of players would think to do that. And even the order of activations, like I wasn't thinking of what you were doing, and that's so huge because there might have been some little things I could have done, or like I don't know. Like
I could have gone with Alarielle first. That's the biggest thing. Yeah. But it would have meant if I piled in, you could have blocked that gap with these guys. So I had to go with these Kurnoth first.
Yep.
And then you went with these guys, and the Demon Prince he
struck first.
So you had to go with these guys.
Yeah. So
which then freed me to move Alarielle, then open the gap.
Exactly. So, and then you even moved it, and you're like, is that within an inch? And we both really looked at it. I was like, gave honest opinion. I was like, it's so close that it's like, okay, yes, it's in an inch. And then after it was like, okay, and then the tramples, I'm like, oh yeah, they do tramples. So he rolled the 2 out of 3 4-ups, and it was the 2 last wounds. So
I killed the Demon Prince. It doesn't affect scoring this round at all because I don't claim the objective because my hero hasn't moved.
Yeah, you piled before that.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
You'll still get 1.
I get hold 1. I get my battle tactic of Monstrous Takeover. So I score 3 points, but I'm still down 5, right? So just those early turns of like, if you can get on the objectives and defend yourself, screen out,
and score 5, and that's with battle tactics are huge in this one, more than other ones for sure.
But it is bottom of the round, and we're fighting on that objective. I have a hero on there right now.
Yes.
But we're going to see where
I'm switching to the orange casting die. Here we go, baby.
That's a 2. That's a 5. So the thing is, if I take it here, Alarielle could potentially, gets Bellacored again.
Well, she is still Bellacored, yes.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. She's within 3. Oh, so yeah, you might not be able to pile in.
Yeah. Yeah, so I might have to look at some other stuff.
I think you have to, right? Like, if you don't give it to me, I guess you're...
No, well,
score here, get your battle tactic.
Here's the thing. If I can get a hero on... Can I get a hero on there? Yeah. So I can get a hero on, touch the edge of the objective in movement.
Yep.
One of the other ones. And so I'll take the turn.
You'll be able to get on there.
Yeah, I can either switch my heroes here.
Cool.
One or the other. That's what we'll do. Jumping into Sylvaneth turn 4.
Alrighty.
The Sylvaneth battle tactic is aggressive expansion. The Branch Wraith use heroic leadership, and the Demon Prince uses heroic recovery, healing 1 wound. The Dark Master is not successful in Alarielle in the hero phase. Wow, great start. The Treelord Ancient uses Heed of the Spirit Song. Alarielle casts Throne of Vines. Alarielle casts Metamorphosis on Bellacored, dealing 3 mortal wounds. The Treelord Ancient casts Mystic Shield on the Branch Wraith. The Branch Wraith fails to cast Verdant Blessing. The Branch Wraith fails to cast Arcane Bolt. Alarielle casts Verdurous Harmony, returning 1 Kurnoth Hunter. The Treelord Ancient uses Silent Communion. The Dryads teleport using Navigate Realm Routes. The Kurnoth Hunters deal no damage. Alarielle cannot shoot because of the Dark Master. That's better. The Dark Master fails in the combat phase. Ugh, well, you're hopeless. Alarielle uses Ghyran's Wrath. The Chaos Warriors use Olive Defense, and the Kurnoth Hunters deal 3 damage to them. The Chaos Warriors deal 4 damage to the Kurnoth Hunters. The Kurnoth Hunters deal 2 mortal wounds from Trample Underfoot. The Sylvaneth hold 2 objectives and achieve their battle tactic, scoring 5 points.
All right, so Sylvaneth turn 4. Again, there was a sliver for me to fit onto the objective.
Just barely, yep.
So I did that with my Branch Wraith because, again, Alarielle was in combat, so she couldn't move even if Bellator didn't stop her from doing it.
Yep.
And then, so I moved her on. She claims it. I was able to, in the combat phase, you failed Bellator's ability, but I could have piled in first with her to get her attacks in, but that would have meant I'm then leaving a gap in behind to potentially give access to the Branch Wraith, which I didn't want to do. So I just left her there, and the Kurnoth, chipped a couple down between the combat and then the tramples afterwards.
Yep.
So I teleported my Dryads after summoning my wood finally with my
saving that all game.
Yeah. didn't have a need for it before, but this let me teleport my Dryads to create kind of a backdoor screen so that you can't.
So Be'lakor is going to be
exactly whip Be'lakor around or even the Daemon Prince around. So yeah, that's kind of where we're sitting right now. Alarielle's also sitting there defending the Branch Wraith. The Kurnoth are defending the Branch Wraith. Pretty much, that's my whole army is just trying to keep that Branch Wraith alive now. And yeah, that's it. I obviously been super tanky, as are you actually with your Chaos Warriors.
It's been pretty much you're just being able to give stack +1, 2, 3 save, and then my Chaos Warrior stacking 1, 2, 3 save, and then the reroll 1s to save is just so good. The Daemon Prince has Zeech, and with the Chaos Warriors Zeech, real good combo. For
sure. And that's pretty much, where we're at. I do hold 1, hold 2, hold more for the first time this game, getting 3 points. And then aggressive expansion for my battle tactic means I store 5 points here, which is big.
Yeah,
because I need to make it come back. We're going to be tied right now on points, but going into your turn.
It's going to be interesting because now it's like...
It's just the final couple turns.
I am in the position where I've kind of been setting up because Savage Spearhead's the only one I think I'm going to be able to get. I'm not going to be able to take this general down. I can only teleport mortals. There's no way I'm going to be able to do enough damage. I'm not going to be able to take a monster down. So I already did Ferocious Advance. And that's one that you're going to be able to do and get 5 for sure. So it's going to come down to doing the math, but...
It's going to be close.
It's going to be close, yeah.
Cool. I guess from that we can just jump into it, going into Slaves to Darkness, turn 4.
Sounds good.
The Slaves to Darkness battle tactic is Conquer. The Daemon Prince uses their finest hour, and the Branch Wraith uses heroic leadership. The Daemon Prince uses arcane influence on the Sorcerer Lord. The Sorcerer Lord uses oracular visions on the Chaos Warriors. Be'lakor casts Enfeebling Foe on Alarielle. Be'lakor casts Arcane Bolt but is unbound. The Chaos Sorcerer casts Mask of Darkness but is unbound. Bellicor uses At the Double. The Demon Prince uses Forward to Victory, but doesn't roll high enough to reach the Branch Wraith. The Slaves to Darkness hold no objectives and fail their battle tactic, scoring 0 points.
All right, cool. So back from the spoilers turn 4. Just thinking of so many different scenarios here. So I've had I've had Savage Spearhead in the back of my head this whole time. So I can easily auto run 6, 1 unit, and Mask of Darkness another unit over.
Yeah.
Not easily at all.
Or just run the Demon Prince as well.
Run the Demon Prince, and now I've positioned myself at the bottom of 4. If I win 5, I can make summon a monster, run Bellicor and them into Savage Spearhead, and get the battle tactic and an extra. Pretty much can't get the primary just because of the tankiness, and there's no way I'm taking him down.
You had a chance, so you chose Conquer.
I chose Conquer to try to get the Branch Wraith.
With an 8 charge, you could have leaped the line, gone for the Branch Wraith, potentially stolen the objective, got your battle tactic. It was a long shot, but it was worth trying.
Yeah, and it wasn't that crazy. It was like,
but then you also have
to
live from Alarielle.
Yeah, which I -1 to wounded her.
And you were +2 to save.
I'll be +2
right now.
to save, so I would be on a 2-up, and he's rerolls 1s to save, and has a 5-up ward save. So if I made the 8-inch charge,
you had the chance.
I would have had to just kill the Branch Wraith, which you failed the Spite Swarm Hive.
Yeah, so I didn't get +1 save there, but I have Mystic Shield. I could have done all out defense.
So you would have negated the 2, so you would have been back to 5 up.
Which isn't great.
I think Dice, I'm pretty sure Dice I would have killed her.
Yeah.
So failed the 8-inch charge with a 6, re-rolled it into another 6. So fun didn't want to be had by the Dice gods. This, it would have been amazing if I did that. He didn't die, then I got the double, and then was able to get all of those.
Yeah.
Because I would have got the primary as well, because I would have scored 1.
As long as he lived.
As long as he lived.
Yep.
So it was just it was a play that, it's not that nuts.
Yeah.
It could have easily happened if I rolled an 8-inch charge.
But no, a 6 into a 6.
Yep. So now it's to the point where...
and you're just scraping for every point, because now that this is a 0 points turn for you.
Yes, and I've been ahead all game, but exactly, now because I know you're going to score 5 in the bottom.
Yeah, unless you can then do something. So pretty much then, it's all just down to priority, tied at the bottom of 4, going into round 5.
Yep.
So we can just roll this.
I'm using this. I just switched die all the time. Janky white die for the win. Yeah. It's a 5.
That's a 2, so
it does it.
Oh, you're gonna have a chance.
You're saying we got a chance. Yeah. All right, cool.
So that's pretty much everything. Going into bottom of round 5, Slaves to Darkness. Going first.
Go.
The Slaves to Darkness battle tactic is Savage Spearhead. The Demon Prince uses Heroic Recovery, healing 2 wounds, and the Branch Wraith use their finest hour. The Demon Prince uses Arcane Influence on the Sorcerer Lord. Bellicor casts Arcane Bolt. Bellicor casts Metamorphosis but is unbound. The Sorcerer Lord casts Mask of Darkness on himself. Bellicor unleashes his Arcane Bolt, dealing 1 mortal wound to the Branch Wraith. Alarielle uses Unleash Hell, but deals no damage to the Demon Prince. Whoa, that was lucky. I guess he still has a chance. The Branch Wraith uses All-Out Defense, and the Demon Prince kills her, taking the objective. The Demon Prince uses All-Out Defense. Ooh, oh my god, he can do this! Alarielle uses All-Out Attack and kills the Demon Prince. Never mind. So close, though. The Slaves to Darkness hold no objectives and achieve their battle tactic, scoring 2 points.
Okay, cool. Yeah, back from the crazy wild turn that I have. This has been a roller coaster at the end here. So, took Savage Spearhead. was able to do. I tried to cast Metamorphosis on the Chaos Sorcerer Lord.
You got it off on a 5 exactly.
Yeah, which you unbind, I think, with whatever. So that would have actually got me to have 2 monsters. So I was easily able to move them over. So I'm gonna get I'll get my 2 points for that. So that's all. At the end of the day, that's all I'm gonna score.
2 points for the round.
Yeah.
You took the primary for a moment.
For a quick hot minute, a New York minute, I took the primary. I was in between either casting Mystic Shield or doing Arcane Bolt. So I actually chose to do Arcane Bolt because I knew that they had 5 wounds and my Daemon Prince does 2 damage.
Yeah.
So as I did the 1 wound from Arcane Bolt, and then I ended up putting through 4 damage, so 2 damage onto 4 through to your save, which she was on a 4 up because you were +4. What was it? Plus 4 save?
I had Mystic Shield on me still. I did Finest Hour. I got a +1 from the
Spite Swarm,
and then there's still the Heed the Spirit Sound from the Treelord Ancient, so it's +4 to save.
Ridiculous. Needed I
guess done all out defense too for +5.
You needed 3 of that, but still. So put 4 through. You proceeded to again. Jordan loves to roll them one by one, so he started 4 up.
Rolled saved the first 2.
So I was like, it's over, and he failed the second 2. So put through 4 damage, killed the Branch Wraith. The dream was alive.
And you took it because you killed her. You take control of the objective immediately.
Yep. And then the beetle just didn't want it to happen. So
he just slapped you.
Yeah, and that's where I didn't have the Mystic Shield, so I was on a 2 up, but you're -2, so I failed both. You rolled 2 1s too, and only put 2 through, and then I failed both 4 ups, so I took 10 damage, and then I made 4 of my 5 up ward saves, so I died to the wound, 6 wounds.
It's unfortunate that just when you're going through your plan that you couldn't have done Savage Spearhead last turn.
Yes.
Because you were just too far away, right? And you didn't get the teleport off.
I wouldn't
Otherwise, you could have saved your Finest Hour for this turn.
Yep.
With you were banking on winning priority either way.
Yeah, and this was already a long shot because I won priority. But my long shot was last turn. If I would have got that charge off last turn, I would have had best day ever. I would have had, you know what I mean? I would have.
Good chance that you have a better chance of surviving.
Yes.
Here though, you were plus you healed 2 wounds back this turn, so that helped.
That actually did too. I did roll one of them were 3s as well.
Alarielle Overwrought or Unleashed Hell.
Yes.
Hit. Wounded.
Yeah. I rolled a 6 for the save.
You rolled a 6.
It was a 5 up.
So you were on a 3 up to 5 up.
Yeah.
You rolled a 6, so you survived the Unleash Hell of the Spear of Kurnoth.
It was a lot of crazy things.
She's so good with that Unleash Hell. Right?
It is nice.
It's nasty.
Any of those 2s and 2s, it's we're so used to seeing them just roll 1s.
Especially here because it's the reroll 1s. It's huge, right? So it's only 2s to hit fail.
Yes. A gnarl root. Yeah, that is big.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then I just... that's my grand strategy, so I was just trying to get them out of there. I did get Oracular Visions on them, so it's if you do try to shoot or kill them, I can dupe all defense as well, negate 2 rend. So they might...
Oh, yeah. Well, at this point, you scored 2 points here.
Yeah.
You're 2 ahead. Just on the board state alone, I score 3 on primary in my turn.
Yeah, it's over.
And then in bottom of 5, I store 3 on primary. I can do Ferocious Advance, run 3 units.
Yep.
That way I guarantee my battle tactic, because I can't actually do it with the Dryads, so I have to do it with these 3.
Actually, because if you would have survived and tagged these 2, you couldn't have done Ferocious Advance.
Yeah.
Oh, he came so close.
I think that's the only battle tactic I can do. I'm not going to achieve Slave of the Warlord. You healed Be'lakor back 4.
Killed Battle Line?
I did that. I did that on the turn 1.
Oh, you did?
So I think that's the only battle tactic I have
You could
left.
bring it down.
Bring it down, Slay the Warlord. He's got 9. He's got the 4 up,
4 up,
Ethereal,
5
up.
5 Kurnoth Hunters could definitely do it. But
It's all in your 4 up saves.
Yeah.
It's very swingy.
But this boy almost did it. I just painted up the little mini Be'lakor.
The old Be'lakor.
Yep. So close.
But here, so those things are automatic. So we can guarantee I score 5 points.
Yeah.
And then even if we both get our battle tactics, I'm ahead 3 at the end of my turn. And then, we each get 3 from our grand strategies. Assuming I do the run 3, I'm then
and
not
they
doing
survive.
Chaos Warriors.
So either way, you're going to
I would do those just to guarantee it. I don't want to take any risks, right?
So you'd win by what, 3?
Win by 3? Yeah.
Tight.
Bottom of round 5, yeah. Especially I had a lot of points to make up.
Yeah.
And I made them all up on that turn 4. That was huge of winning priority and being able to deny you that objective.
Yeah, it would have been the biggest. I think it would have been interesting if I was able to give U-turn
and burn.
Yeah. Obviously, that's in this because neither of us have that much mobility.
That's such a big strategy in this game, or potential, right? Where you jump on all the objectives, your opponent wants to double you back, right? At some point, if they don't do it 1 into 2, you want them to do it 2 into 3, because then you can burn the 1 that I had, right? Yeah. So
and having the Be'lakor, like just it's so cheeky to have it and also be able to burn, like you know what I mean. There's so many more dynamics to it when you have something like that can shut something down.
Yeah. But I just, looking at this mission, we've talked about before how it's like pretty polarizing.
Yeah.
Here it made for a really interesting game.
It was.
And this is like the potential of this mission in a good way, but it also has a like really bad potential to be very lopsided.
And abused by other...
Obviously, we played it with Marathi and Archaon, which were like, again, evenly matched, so it was all right.
Yeah.
But you go up to like a normal army versus one of those, or Gargants like just
as well.
Auto win. It's like, they don't need more missions that like help them out. But
there's a lot, like the meta is already shifting a little bit, like with seeing all these god heroes and seeing all of these types of things, right? Like there's a lot of damage lists now. Like, there's a lot of lists that can take them down. So if Apex Predator came out and you had a list that could
just...
Can you
do it fast enough, right?
Yeah.
And they got 4. They put 2 on each.
Against her, I think so. Like this is obviously, my list was as well not a very big damage list. It was more like a... Tanky saves. Like the Chaos Warriors are awesome.
Yeah. We were both very tanky here.
Yeah.
But I think I had more damage output.
2, 3 saved everything. It's crazy. Yeah, you did for sure.
Yeah. And for both of us, actually, you're better against mortals with all your wards and whatnot.
And the 5-ups,
But I, like here, was very fortunate that you didn't have any mortal wound output.
Yeah, exactly. And that is the way to deal with things that save stack. And I didn't have really any.
Yeah, so...
I'd love the Chaos War. Yeah, it's a cool list. The Despoilers is super cool, and you're able to make, even if you don't have Be'lakor, you can give that ability to a different Demon Prince. You can give them +2 wounds, so you know what I mean? You can get them up to 8, 10 wounds with these are 3-up saves, so you're usually going to be 2-up. With save, you're able to give them...
Yeah, and then the healing.
And 5-up, and then healing D3 to each of them. Yeah, so we played the Be'lakor one. So it says that you can heal D3 to
each Demon Prince?
A Despoiler Demon Prince or Despoiler Monster.
Well, and, yes. So you do all the Demon Princes and you do all the monsters. Be'lakor is both, so he gets hit twice from that.
Yeah, on a 4+ though, so it's not like you just get that.
Yeah. So you healed a bunch by the end of the game, but he was limping through most of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of things just like surviving kind of. I was surprised with the Demon Princes. They're kind of staying alive. I've seen people run this. Someone ran it at Red Harvest. I remember seeing like it's cool. The Demon Princes are
very neat.
They're awesome. They're 3-up save. So they're a cool mobile hero with 3-up save. Yeah. So
and it's kind of surprising, right? Because you think demons, right? They're 5-up saves most of the time, but the Demon Princes they wear armor this time.
Really. The only bit that I don't love, and it makes sense, is that it's the same with Khorne and some of the other ones, that the demons don't sometimes get buffs from the mortals. Like I can't give oracular visions. I can't teleport with I keep saying
Master Glory or Master of Darkness.
Mask of Darkness. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's where I wish they had some more synergy with that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I get it. Like
especially with the lists that are kind of more built to be hybrids or like the sub-factions.
There were a few times in this game that I was like, I really wish I could use, oracular visions on him and then throw him in and do that type of thing. But
yeah, it was actually really fun getting to play Alarielle, and maybe it's just me being so used to playing with tech lists where it's like I'm better with weak heroes, like big heroes, but like fragile heroes. I guess she's got a great save, but just so used to her like going down so easily, where it's nice to get a full game out of her. Yeah. In this case, just from a my own perspective. Like,
I noticed even just personally, I didn't say anything to you, but I felt like you were like thinking that she could go down and like that I was going to go after her. At no point in this game I was going to even do anything to her.
But I have to be prepared for it. Right?
I know, and I could tell that, and same with when you're on tech lists.
Exactly.
I could just see you doing that, and I'm just like, I'm not going to say anything to him, but it's like, I'm not going
Well, the finest hour, right? It's like, I just want to... I know I have the next turn, so I just want her to survive to my next turn.
And you want to be able to exactly make sure. Yeah. That's kind of what I did a couple times here too. It's like, you probably don't need it, but I really need this person to be alive.
But like that's the thing, and it's like you're actually very good at this of like not tricking or feint, but like if you want to go for a target, you're not going to declare burn it down. You're not going to make it obvious. So I do finest hour or whatnot at that moment. So it's like. So I do it there just to like be safe because she is, potentially susceptible.
Yeah, and that's
Right?
it's always a funny little thing because I sometimes think that you're doing it, and then I'll like look and then you won't do it. I'm like, okay, no, he wasn't. I thought you were like trying to bait me into using something. Like,
That's the thing. Sometimes you like
it is,
you have to be careful of when because your opponent again you do bring it down or on a hero or something or slay the warlord. They're going to use finest hour if they haven't already. So that's the risky thing. Sometimes it doesn't matter, but other times it's make or break.
Yep. Sweet.
But yeah, awesome close game here at the end. 3 points. Dude, this is like peak AOS. You know what I mean? That's like good balanced game of like there's magic shooting combat. I mean, you weren't shooting much, but just like
not crazy,
a little bit of everything. Nothing
not crazy overpowered armies. Like there's everything has a little bit of janky little tricks to do.
Yeah, tricks in play and Be'lakor and Alarielle both survive here.
Yeah, really.
But I think that's pretty much it for us here today. I hope you guys enjoyed this match. It was a close one, good fun one for us to play.
Super fun.
So I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe. All that stuff really means a ton. It helps more people find our content. And then if you want to go a step further, you can hit the join button below this video to join our premium membership. Again, bunch of perks, voting on matches, extra battle reports, all that good stuff.
Yep.
And otherwise, we'll see you soon in another battle report.
Have a good week, guys.